What if I told you that the real secret to success wasn't about listening more, but actually about listening less? What if the key was to tune out all the noise so you could finally tune in to your goal? So let's dive into this powerful idea, how becoming strategically deaf might just be the ultimate formula for success.
So this is the big provocative statement at the heart of it all. Become blind, deaf, and mute. Now, of course, we're talking in metaphors here. This is all about getting into a state of extreme, almost unbreakable focus. A focus so intense that all the distractions, all of the opinions of the outside world just kind of fade into the background.
So where do you even start with an idea that sounds this extreme? Well, it all begins with the very first principle, focusing on your goal. In a world that is just constantly screaming for your attention, this kind of deliberate, selective ignorance isn't just a clever tactic, it's a full-on survival strategy for anyone trying to do something that really matters.
And this points to a pretty harsh truth. The first battle you're going to face is against all that external noise. And a lot of the time, it comes from people who aren't really going anywhere themselves. It's not always mean-spirited, but their inaction creates this sort of gravitational pull that can keep you from ever taking off. But it's not just about tuning out random distractions. The next step gets way more specific. You have to learn to actively filter out the negativity. And that includes the obvious stuff like criticism, but also something even more dangerous, fake praise. And here's where that negativity gets really complicated. The world can be, two-faced. People might cheer you on in public, but then tear you down behind your back. Just recognizing this hypocrisy is the very first step to building an immunity to both their praise and their slander.
Let's just break that idea down visually. In public, you get the salam, the salute, the praise. But in private, that's where you get the bad nom, the character assassination. When you truly let this sink in, you stop letting the praise make you feel too high or the criticism make you feel too low. You see them for what they are, usually temporary and pretty superficial.
So how are you supposed to think about all this? The trick is to completely flip the script on criticism. See it as a sign of your value. I mean, think about it. Nobody questions a worthless rock, right? They test gold for its purity. People doubt things that have potential. So if you're facing doubt, it's probably a sign that you're onto something valuable.
All right, so we've talked a lot about what to ignore. But let's be real. Success isn't built in a vacuum. This whole journey is also about learning who to listen to. It's about figuring out who your true companions really are. I absolutely love this metaphor. When things are going great, when the sun is out, everybody looks like a supporter. It's almost impossible to tell the difference between a shiny piece of glass and a real diamond. But true character, real friendship, that stuff is revealed in the darkness, when you're going through the tough times.
And that brings the question right back to you, doesn't it? Who are the diamonds in your life? Who are the people that show up when things get hard, not just when it's fun and easy? Those are the voices worth keeping. Those are your true allies. And you're going to need those allies, because the path is, I guarantee you, going into evolve struggle. But what if that struggle isn't something you're supposed to avoid, but something to actually embrace? What if we need to understand the value baked into the struggle itself? This is just such a hopeful and powerful way to look at things. It's basically saying your struggle isn't a sign that you're failing. It's a measurement of the success that's on its way. The darkness of the struggle is just preparing your eyes for how bright that victory is going to be.
And this just captures the rhythm of growth perfectly. We walk, we fall, and then we get back up. Falling isn't a detour from the path. It is the path. You can't learn how to be resilient if you never stumble. Every single fall is just a lesson in how to stand up a little bit stronger. So after all of this, after you learn to focus, to ignore the negativity, to find your real allies, and to embrace the struggle, what's the ultimate goal? What state are you actually aiming for? It's this: to become steadfast and completely unbreakable. This is the end game: to build an inner stability that is so strong that you become like a rock in the middle of a storm. The winds of praise don't lift you off your feet, and the waves of criticism can't wear you down. You're anchored by your own purpose, not by the shifting tides of other people's opinions.
So let's be perfectly clear. The takeaway here isn't that the path is suddenly going to be easy. The reality is there will be obstacles, maybe 1,000 of them. This isn't a promise of a smooth ride.
It's a command for relentless forward motion. When you've become deaf to the noise and you're laser-focused on your goal, there is only one thing left to do. No matter the obstacle, no matter the doubt, no matter the storm, you just keep walking.